this week, we're going to be talking about fractions. So today I want to talk about what we already know. What is a fraction? It is a number that shows equal parts of a whole. We're going to revisit that here in a minute. So if I have my whole, I can split it into two equal parts and call that a half. So here's our fraction model, okay? One part is shaded out of two parts. So we would say that is 1/2 or half. This top number is called the numerator. The bottom number is called the denominator. How I remember it is no duh. This 1, the numerator, represents how many shaded parts, and the bottom number is how many parts in all. So there's one shaded part out of two in all. Fractions must have equal parts. For example, look at that little corner. Look at that section. And look how large these middle sections are. This is unequal, therefore does not represent a fraction. Here we have equal parts. So this would represent 2/6 because we have equal parts. Something you learned last year, and it's kind of a hard one to remember, it's what is a unit fraction? A unit fraction represents one part of the whole, all right? So your numerator, which is that top number, will always have a 1. For example, here is 1 of the 4 shaded. So that's one part that's shaded, 1/4. That's a unit fraction. Here we have 1 polka dotted tie out of 4. So 1/4 of ties have dots. So one part of the whole is a unit fraction. Let's talk about representation of fractions. There's many ways to represent a fraction. 1 is a set. This is a set of circles. 2 out of the 4 are shaded. Here we have number lines. Notice how they are also equally partitioned. We have fraction strips. We have fraction models. Equivalent fractions. I know for sure you guys touched this last year, okay? So equivalent fractions, fractions that cover the same amount of area or space of same size wholes. For example, here's 1/2 shaded, but then here's 2 parts that are shaded, 2 parts that aren't shaded. So that also represents a half. Half of it's shaded, half of it's not. A half and 2/4 takes up the same space. A way that you learn to check it is with the butterfly method. You do cross multiplication. 1 times 4 is 4. 2 times 2 is 4. They equal the same number when doing cross multiplication, therefore are equivalent. Now I'm going to expect you to draw something like this in your math journal. I'm going to post what my math journal looks like, and I expect you to make a chart in your journal as so.